We are glad to invite our next alumni speaker, Architect Rakesh Ram, Principal Architect, Managing Partner, One Story, a design firm with headquarters in Bangalore and handling projects pan-India.
Hi everyone, this is Rakesh, founder and managing director of One Story, Architecture and Interior Design. I'm very proud and privileged to be part of SRMIST 2021, organized by SRM School of Architecture. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Before I start talking about what I do, SRM School of Architecture, it's a place which is filled with a lot of exposure and experience. Not just academics wise, in all aspects of your life. It has definitely helped me to make my place in this field. So speaking about my venture, One Story is an architecture and interior design studio. We are placed in HSR Layout, Bangalore. We've done a wide variety of projects, right from architecture, planning, interiors and product design. We've done a lot of projects pan-India and still counting. So today what I'm going to talk about is not about design or what you're already learning in the college. So I just want to talk about my experience and what I learned and the challenges I faced is what I'm going to share with you today. So like all of you, after I finished my college, I was very eager to do new things out. I was also confused at that stage whether to do masters, work for someone or to start something. A lot of things were revolving. So what I did, me and my friend in Chennai, we started a firm. Still remember the name we kept. It was very nice. We started a firm and we were taking a lot of projects up, we were doing, and it was nice, but we realized that we didn't have enough experience to do that. So we were struggling a lot. And that is why I came down to Bangalore. So I started working in a firm here and I learned a lot definitely from here. And slowly I started to get projects out of reference and everywhere. I tried to manage here and there. And suddenly one day I took a decision that I have to start and do something of my own. That has always been with me, to do something, to do action, like every time. Thinking takes up a lot of time. So I've always believed that more than thinking, you have to get down and do and see. Let it be failure. You start something, it goes down. Shouldn't be a problem. You have to attempt to is what I've always believed. So one day I told I'm not coming and I directly came down and registered this firm One Story. And definitely not alone. I got the right kind of people with me and the passion to do something different in whatever you do, and to see that in reality is something we got connected with all of my partners who's there with me today, which is definitely something without I wouldn't be standing here. That is one thing. So what I would like to tell everyone is that there is no right time to start anything. So when you feel it is right, you have to get on and do it, is what I would like to tell initially. And the second point, what I would like to tell is that when we started this firm, we were very particular about which projects to take. So we've gotten a lot of offers. When you do a startup, you tend to get satisfied with whatever you get. So we got a lot of projects like, initially very monotonous and just put this plan and give and do this. I have everything in my mind. I just want you to show it in model. So we never went for it. So that is something I would recommend everyone to do. But not just sit for all the 3 months. So we were learning, we were experimenting with what we were doing. But when we get the right project, when we know that, okay, this is the right project, we took it. which helped us add a profile. So initially, so each and every profile and design which we did got his references. So that is something I would like, even if it took time, please select your right projects when you start your own thing initially, which has definitely helped us, is what I would like to tell. So let me take you through to one of our most interesting projects which were done in Bangalore International Airport for our client Ecom. So Ecom is a retail store where they sell personal and home care products, and the client had come to us with a brief that we've got a very prominent location in Bangalore International Airport, but it's a small space, so we want to make use of it entirely. So that was the brief. So let me just tell you how we went ahead with the whole process. So the first thing we wanted to analyze, like how to make it different in that space and how to make it work with respect to sales, because when we're dealing with commercial projects, in return we'll have to solve a problem. So we wanted to increase the maximum walk-ins there. So we analyzed the movement pattern of the passengers, and we realized that a lot of movement is happening behind the shop. So what we did, we kind of opened up the entire space on both sides, and we wanted it to be like an experience store. So there was a garden actually there, so we kind of laid a passage there and kind of made it like a experience store where people can walk in, look into the products, and walk back to wherever they were going. So now that we've created the passage to enter through the store, so the next important thing to solve was to give a unique or highlighting element at the entrance to make the people passing by stop and to give them a little push to enter through the store. So for that, what we did was we created an angled lures with MS rods with hanging incandescent lights, which really gave a unique look to the entire store. So apart from that, the materials which we used in this project were we had used the corrugated sheet for the entire structure from outside, and we used rubber entirely internally, and we used a lot of lights to complement and to make the product stand out. So more than all this, the most challenging thing was to execute the entire design in the given time. So where I had stayed there through the entire process, and I've learned a lot. So that is something I would like to tell all of you is every designer should know how to get his design executed. So for that you have to gain the practical exposure. So the only way is to stand with the team and look at it closely. You will learn a lot of things. So that is something we at One Story also heavily recommend. So right from our interns to our designers. So they visit the our execution sites frequently. So similarly, we've done another store for a brand called Walk with Mac in Indiranagar, Bangalore. So there the case was, every brief is unique and it differs according to the location where it is placed. So this is placed on the main road of Indiranagar, and what the problem with this shop is that they also had a very small shop, but they had this electrical junction box which is right in the center of the shop, and the client didn't want to invest a lot of money in relocating and looking at the possibilities, but still he wanted to highlight his shop, and it's a restaurant, so he wanted it to stand out. So that was a problem to solve. So what we had done is, we had designed the facade in such a way that we have played a linear profile of the entire facade, and so why we had done it is also because his main walk-in timing is in the night. It starts from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock, his peak hours. So he wanted to make use of that time and highlight it. So the solution which we gave was we used a lot of lights. So we entirely highlighted a C-type profile which we've kept in the facade, which has in return helped him in capturing the attention. So the profile, which is what we've done, is a very small thing. It's a very small thing to look at, but the impact which is created for the client is huge. So the main thing what I would like to tell is the attitude and the approach to solve each and every challenge which is put across to you is what is very important. So I would like to thank the management for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present and share my experience in this platform. Also, I would like to thank the head of the department and the dearest faculty. A special mention to Architect Narayani ma'am. Last but not least, I would like to thank all my partners, my team, friends and family who supported me throughout. Wish you all good luck.
Thank you, Architect Rakesh Ram, for sharing your story on One Story. We will now move on to a short sponsor break.
This is Amit and I am a proprietor of Metro Books, and our firm is a 12-year-old firm located in Delhi, and we have our head office in Delhi, and we have our two branch offices. One is in Pune and another one is in Chennai. So we are dealing in architecture and engineering books, and our core specialization is for engineering and architecture books. We have our specialization in architecture planning, interior design, animation, facility design planning, digital architecture, and construction project management, urban design, etc. So as you see, there are different books we have in our offices. So let me tell you, explain you the different books here. Like we have books for different publishers like Thames, Anderson, Lawrence King, etc., MIT Press. So you can see here in this rack that like all these books are very basic books, and most of the books are into various universities syllabus, and also there are some civil titles are also there, like the Seavers one, like the passive and low energy, and you can again see here some very basic books required for all universities. And you can see here the books in this rack is for Wiley, and this is a US based publisher, very renowned publisher, and publishing books on various subjects, and very famous books they have published. So that, and we are directly procuring from this publisher. And in this rack you can see the Routledge publisher. This publisher is from UK, and again a very renowned publisher in the field of engineering and architecture subject. So they also publish on all the subject like planning, urban design, interior design, fashion, animation, photography, etc. Like again you can see some books published by Indian publishers in this rack, and these are the very basic books published by different publishers. So we are also doing publishing for architecture books, and we deal in architecture books, and you can see these are the books by Design Media, and again this is a very famous publisher for design books and architecture books. And like I have told you that we are into the publishing field also, and we have published few titles on architecture subject, and some more titles also we are going to publish in next year. And this year also we are going to publish few titles, and we are still working on those titles to get it published within this year. Like one is for planning, and other one is for architecture, and one is for history of architecture. So these are the fields which we are planning this year. And you can see here the books based on design. This is again a very famous publisher for design books, and name of the publisher is Sandpoints. So that's this publisher is from China, and again you can see some more books for Link publishers, and that is again also a US publisher. Again you can see some book published by a publisher, and you can see some Archibald books are also there. That's again a very Korean publisher. Again, some books are for links for different on housing, digital architecture, on housing roofs, etc. And here you can see the books for European publishers. So all these books are for European publishers. So these are the books I have just shown you, and we are try to cover each and every subject relating to architecture, especially in publishing also. So that's all from my side. Thank you.